Jack, I wanted to talk to you about two teardowns I received lately. I've sent you one already, or you've seen it, and I wanted to share it with your listeners. It's the what if I don't know what language my customers could speak? And as I sent to you, it's quite funny, is that the subject is actually mentioning the four different languages. So in four different languages, which was English was not even the first one, which was funny. It was like German, Italian, French, and English. It's like, I don't know what language my prospect is in. Let's contact the whole, what do you think of that?
Uh, I think this teardown episode is starting from really bad to hopefully getting much better.
Yeah,
Don't
because
send a multi-language message, right?
right, and then the body as well was like the first big block was like in a certain language, the second one it's like it's the
Come on,
opposite of personalization, right? So
that's right.
obviously it doesn't work.
But there is, and we're gonna do some screen sharing on two live cold
Nice.
emails that we'll review shortly. But you were telling me about the PayPal cold email hack, and we need to hear about that first.
Yeah, that's something that's not happening anymore, but that was very interesting is that or not anymore as far as I know, but it's basically you receive an email from PayPal telling you just received like 1 cent. And then there is like this whole cold outreach, message that tells you like, hey, I thought, you're the founder of XYZ, and I wanted to, basically pitch you a certain offer or whatever. I was like, they
Right.
basically pay you for that. And 1 cent a lead, it's actually not that big of a deal,
But
to be honest, right? So I wanted to get your thought on that. And
I think it's clever whenever you can let another email sender worry about deliverability for you. We've seen
and you
that with
want
the
to,
Loom video, right? But
that's
this is
true.
better because who's going to ignore you just received a payout from a legit PayPal email?
That's right.
Clever.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought I could
Okay,
share before we go ahead and
I
then
love that.
look at the two teardowns.
That's great. So let's go ahead and share screen. Throw 10 minutes up on the timer, and while I set my screen up,
Boom.
salesbread.com is there because most B2B companies lack the timer expertise to turn cold prospects into warm sales qualified leads. So at SalesBread, we'll bring you one lead a day by sending ultra personalized LinkedIn messages and cold emails better than this so that you don't have to worry about building your campaign from scratch and managing everything and hoping you make money. So head over to salesbread.com if that sounds good. Jeremy, you want to give us a pitch?
Yeah, use quickmail.com in order to send your cold outreach. That's much better. All right, move on.
Short and sweet. All right, Jeremy. I laugh because last teardown, we had a message from a professional cold email copywriter.
Right, right. I
This
remember. That's good.
this week, we have a teardown from a professional cold email personalizer. And
Oh,
let's see how. Okay, it's interesting because they're using. You're already reading the message. You have to. It's like,
I'm not. I'm listening
let's
to you.
see. The sure.
Can't do both.
Um, but we get to see the professional's approach that they're using to sell their own services. I think that's called eating your own dog food, right?
I
Like
love
if you
it.
sell cold outreach, make money through cold outreach yourself. So, um, just as we dive in, Jeremy, by the way, it's worth sharing that I found both of these cold emails by doing a search in my inbox for the words quick call. And
Oh,
my theory now is if you use those words, um, you just need to be careful you're not sounding too templated. But with that, the subject reads quick note. Hi, Jack. Just checked you out on LinkedIn, impressed by your unique approach to connecting with potential clients. It's
ugh.
refreshing to see a company that understands the importance of nurturing our egos, even if it's just for a fleeting
What?
moment.
What the F?
Here we go. My name is Joseph, and I recognize the vital role personalized first lines play in the success of cold email campaigns. So, why did you have the typo? Sorry. As an experienced writer of Icebreakers, I'd love to explore the possibility of working with you. I believe I can play a pivotal role in the achievement of your goals at SalesBread. Would you be open to, here it is, a quick call? Mm-hmm. All right. So,
Gosh.
I think, Jeremy, what we should do is forget everything outside of the
Yeah, of course.
personalization for now, right? For now.
How did the personalization make you feel?
It fell flat. What
Right.
on okay, and here's why. Here's why. Unique approach to connect with potential clients can apply to thousands of professionals,
It's too
and
generic.
therefore it fails. It's like my rule is this specific to the person, and hopefully it should be complementary or at least curious about that thing you found. This, it's not specific, and it's very minorly flattering.
It's pretty
What about
lame, to
you?
be honest. Well, I think it's generated by AI. Let's just put it like,
Which is
blind.
so funny because the service is
I know,
coming off
right?
as a person.
But here's the thing. Like, if his service was generating AI, he should lean more on the price of personalization
Love that.
rather than the quality of what he's doing. It's like, hey, I'm professional sushi, and all you get is like a sushi no one wants to eat, in the picture. Like,
Right.
you're basically shooting yourself in the foot. So, we had like a
But
previous episode about like wildcard personalization, like ultra personalization.
yeah,
Obviously, that person didn't do that.
this ain't it.
No.
Now, Jeremy, we're forgetting a very important piece here, and that is, what did this person get very right?
Mm.
His list was perfect. This is so up my alley. It's not even funny, and yet
And
it
it
didn't.
failed.
It didn't work out for him. Right? It didn't work out for him. And frankly, this would have been actually pretty easy to get me, interested. But because I'm like, SalesBread lives and dies on its personalization, frankly, and therefore I should have had at least a dialogue with this person. But I'd be embarrassed if this personalization was being sent from my company, so that killed it. But B, they missed the angle, like you said, Jeremy. Like, maybe some agencies care most about the price per line, even if it means partially AI generated. The point is, it's a very rare example of a hot list with a bad response rate.
It's very
You know,
true. Yeah.
so I guess
Miss the
when we
mark.
recommend it missed the mark, but like for me, I'm going to remember, like, whenever we recommend like list first, list is most important. Yeah, but you can't forget the message either.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
very true.
Let's have one more laugh together,
My
Jeremy.
my
Sorry.
takeaway more or less is that, if you want to advertise a product, make sure the product is actually looking good. Right. That's the idea.
Soundbite. That's great. All right, Jeremy, you're gonna smile here, but look, this mentions our Udemy course on cold email deliverability.
The
Okay,
three
now,
dollar revenue per year. I love you, Demi. How was
no,
it?
I don't know. I think
Well,
it comes
probably.
free when you buy a burger at McDonald's
Yeah,
now.
crazy.
But here's another instance of a pretty darn good list. Let's see how the message goes. And by the way, this should be, let's just say, let's be aware that this was sent from another agency that uses cold email, LinkedIn outreach to book appointments for clients. So in theory, they are one
On
of the
top of their
pros.
game. Yeah.
That's right. So let's see how they did. This is a subject line, by the way. Subject. I know this may come off as icy cold, but ... Can we stop for a split second, Jeremy? Would you open something like this?
Maybe. I think it depends on my mood, where I'm at. I would probably
But you
look at
took a
also
step
the
back,
preview.
didn't you?
Yeah, it kind of like, it's odd. Like, obviously, it's a pattern interruption, right? Whether the pattern interruption is good or not, I
Right.
think it's not. But the pattern interruption is there. So good, but bad.
All right, well said. It says, "Hi, Jack. I came across your." Why do we always say this? I came across. It's akin to quick call. I mean, those three words are probably in a third of every cold outreach message. I'm ready to retire that. But let's
Interesting.
carry on.
Yeah.
I came across your just because it sounds canned. No matter what comes
Mm.
after, but again, let me go back to it. I came across your course on Udemy about modern deliverability for cold email. I just feel like adding the brackets because the words are perfectly personalized. And I'm always impressed by companies that can bracket provide helpful tips for email marketing.
Oh
I was
gosh.
surprised you could give information about the 60% open rate, which is impressive. And at this point, I'm puking. I hate this kind of personalization. Like, is this how this person really talks? Like, I don't know. Why are we still doing this? Anyways, here we go. Anyway, I'm mainly reaching out for a potential partnership. Our agency, blah, uses cold email and LinkedIn outreach to book appointments for our clients. We provide done for you lead generation services to people who don't have experience in cold outreach or completed a course and have enough time to implement it. Why I oughta. Okay, so we're poaching now. We're poaching sales, Fred.
I like the
Great.
don't have experience in cold outreach. That's so you, Jack.
Um, so let's get to the ask. What do you feel about referring our services to your network or white labeling them? Let's discuss this potential collab on a quick call this week. You can book directly on my calendar here. Oh my goodness. P.S.
Pages,
Leaving a link
PS.
to our clients' results and testimonials doesn't hurt, right? Here it is. Okay. What
Ooh,
do we
what's
do?
that? Leaving a link to a client's results and testimonials doesn't hurt. That's kind of like the first time I really saw that, like, well, it's had credibility in your PS. That's weird. Like,
Yeah.
why would you
Really
add
good
it, as a mini case study, one-liner or whatever, dropping names in the content? Or do a follow-up,
Or
but don't a PS. Like, PS should be about something else, or I don't know.
I
That's
think you're spot on. Um, Pattern interrupt feels like the theme here, but I would have much preferred to say this person who also has a course on Udemy partnered up with us and made blank amount of dollars. That would have
yeah.
been better than a link in the PS. But
Or insulting you with that, not having much
yeah,
experience in cold outreach, right?
it's crazy. I mean, okay, so anything good here, Jeremy?
Um, I mean, despite me, joking about, telling you that you're not an expert in cold outreach, I think their explanation of where they are, what they're positioned for, and what they do was actually pretty good. Or
Yeah, so
agency
let me
use,
clarify. I'm going to give them a
email.
point because I think they're actually saying they do the services to people who don't have experience in cold outreach, like those folks taking our deliverability course, perhaps. I don't.
That's right, but when reading fast, you don't want the prospect to
Yeah,
think like you're talking about them, right? So it requires a little bit more brain cell to figure out like, are they talking about me or who I'm serving?
it's a really good point.
I
That's
don't
a
like
really good.
that when it's too easy to confuse.
Hmm. But you're saying like in general, it was clear what they were after.
I like that one-liner. Like, this is us, this is what we do, this is what we provide. It's like, okay, cool. That was good for me, I think.
Now, trying to think of what I would have changed for this intro, right? Like, I wonder if I would have. I think you have a choice. You either go full in on personalization and you say, you know, I can, since I saw three different reviews talk about the quality of the walkthrough videos you guys put on, it feels like there could be a potential fit here to work together, right? Like go all in, or just say like, Jack, you've got, this would have actually done it. You've got 40, you know, 4,500 course subscribers, course students on blah, on modern deliverability for cold email. So there, I wanted to find out if we could partner and let's say upsell some of those students together. Like, meaning I'm not so sure that they had to do this,
What
half attempt at personalization. Maybe they could have just got to it right here using the total students as a
I don't
filter.
even need like a human would probably not necessarily have to drop numbers. So it could just be like, hi, Jack, you got a really great course on cold outreach. or email
Yeah,
deliverability, you don't even need to know the name of the course. You could
good
just say like, what is
point.
the course about? Well, email
I'm
deliverability.
there.
There
You
you
go.
go.
I'm
You got a great
partnering.
course on this. Yeah.
Hey, Jack. We're partnering with course producers that have y- y-
At least
really strong
4.3 in
courses.
ratings or whatever. Like,
There you go. Like the top courses on cold email on Udemy. I'd love to, right? Like that would, what are we saying? Like, is that almost better than a lousy attempt? Yeah.
well, here's the thing for me. Like, I think, like, you put those brackets for, merge tags or like custom attributes, in a line. But honestly, I think what they did is like ask an AI or ChatGPT, you know, what is impressive about this course or whatever, and then they just like get the sentence. Like, I think these days, like what you actually did will require more work, I think, than just tuning a query on ChatGPT. As it's sad, but you do end up with something like you hated it, and I think that's a full point. I mean, if there's a takeaway for me is that you can use AI, but I think you're going to get mediocre results, and you're definitely going to have to up your volume in order to make it up for it. And you may pass on really great opportunities stupidly, because honestly, like the one liner was not too bad. All you needed is like, kind of like a proper introduction or like something that doesn't scream
Good
like,
point.
I don't give a shit about you. I'm just like blasting everyone I can. And, if your reply, you're just being fooled by AI. It's like, okay, great. Like, how is that looking good? Like, I really struggle to think like this is the future of email. This is not. This is just not. Sorry, that's just me ranting or venting or whatever it is, but I think that's so far out of quality, right? It's like, you got it like made in China, those like of cheap stuff instead of getting like good stuff. So yes, it works. I don't know. For me, it's not me. I'm not up for it. So anyway,
It's the interesting part here, Jeremy, is it it is as if the rest of the message was actually all right. It was
that's
their
right.
attempt at AI personalization that put a bad
Shoot
taste
them
in
in
our
the
mouth.
foot. Yeah, hundred
There you go.
percent. And I think that's sad to see that, because I think that's why I'm venting a little bit, is because I think there's a bad narrative at the moment that says you can get it away with like icebreaker AI stuff. I was like, I think it's actually hurting you more than actually is helping you. And as we've seen in a previous episode, and you guys should check it out about personalization, it's not that hard, just get like a lower number and I'm sure you're gonna get more replies. Simple as that.
I'm so happy the teardown turned into a bit of a comment on is what you're doing actually helping you out or hurting your results. It's cheap, it's easy, but I love the made in China reference. I mean, spot on, Jeremy. Thank you.
Should get a water cooler about that, actually.
Let's do it. All right. I'm there. And yeah, that was awesome. I don't even know if I'd call this a teardown. Just the note we ended on was a bit profound. So thanks, Jeremy. Check out course.quickmail.io for more. But that's it for me, man. You carried the show out today.
No way. Thanks, Jack,
Awesome.
for bringing some awesome,
You
teardown as
bet.
usual.
All right. Thanks, man. See you next
Bye.
time.